it's confusing. Just how easy is it for them to make adjustments at the point of need?
Well, in terms of making it easy for them, I would say that at the moment, our country lacks the enabling legal framework.
Okay. Meaning
that all our hospitals, when at the point of birth notification, will either notify the child as either male or female. We are happy because during the 2019 census, the introduction of the marker I to mean that it is meant for intersex, and it is something that we are fronting in a bill known as the intersex bill, is seeking to cure that.
Okay.
So that if a child is born, let them, and if it's been determined by the doctors that they are intersex, then let's have that introduction. And so with that legal recognition first, that they are existing is critical. Then comes the documentation aspect. If I go to any meeting today in Kenya, very few organizations, when trying to disaggregate the participants, would indicate that it's either male or female, but we are advocating for the inclusion of the I so that you capture the demographics. And so for an intersex person trying to change, say from Francesca now to Frank, then it invites a lot of curiosity from an individual who does not know. The advocate might want to seek why the change of name. Remember, again, the registrar of persons would still want to interrogate as to why you're shifting your name from one who you were male and either to female or vice versa. And with that brings the moral debate vis-a-vis the legal debate as to whether can a man adopt the name of a woman and vice versa. And so your right to a name, as guaranteed by the Constitution, would still suffice. It's only that they would have more hurdles in terms of trying to verify, because they will look at, when you're swearing an affidavit, they'll want to look at probably also your academic credentials and so on. But we are happy because even still in such legal quagmire where there hasn't been much a framework to support that, we've had progressive cases from our courts who've set the direction and the tone as to which our country should take. And we have a case such as the Audrey case, a person who changed their name and from their educational certificates, and they were allowed to do so. So for intersex persons, once they've determined that this is the name that they want to change, and that is supported by medical documents, then that should enable them to realize this, because at the end of the day, we want a person to live a life that their rights are protected in the best way that they can.
And we are glad that you mentioned that there's a bill that has been fronted. We perhaps would wish to know who is fronting this in Parliament, and is it Senate, Parliament, and all that, and just how far we are at in relation to that. Equally, Frankie, I am keen to know, just top of your mind, how many intersex persons do you know, like physically, like how many, now that you represent